Hey. This is HQ back at it again. And this is HQ Reacts with an Ashley Dalton leveling up your life advice. And we got a good one. So let's get to it.
Really could have drowned in the tub. I was in the tub for like at least 2 hours. And I do that. I have asthma. I have my steam sauna running. So I was just like, why wouldn't you just respond? Long story short, we get to Miami. We're having conversations about the whole incident. And I felt violated. Like, you come to my house, you don't even say anything to me, and you're just in the bed. Like, it's not okay. And he just said, and he actually agreed with me.
Hello, beauty. Welcome in.
It's a pleasure. Hi.
Nice to meet you.
So I just came back from a date.
Hold on 1 second. Do you consent to be on a live and potentially all platforms? Okay, so you just came back from a date.
It's a blazer.
So you gave him a little spice.
It's a nice blazer.
Okay.
Ties up in the back. I had some jeans on and some heels.
Okay.
So the date went crazy. We met up. Everything was going well. Super vulnerable conversation, I thought, until a woman comes in, pulls up a chair at our table, looks me in the eye, and tells me that he's a pathological liar, an alcoholic, in $500,000 worth of debt. He's about to lose his kids. He's about to lose his job. That she's the wife. I said, are you the wife? And she's like, no, I'm his ex-girlfriend. And we had decided that we were going to work on things. We were not going to see each other in that time frame. And I'm like, sis, I'm so sorry. And she goes, I'm the dumb one though, because I'm here and I'm saving you.
But wait, how did she know he was there? Do they live together?
My question is how do you attract these type of human beings? Would no man that had all of that going on come over here and try to talk to HQ? Because I could sniff it out. I would sniff it out early. Oh, you doing too much. See, here's the thing where vetting comes in. You can't vet. You 41 and you can't see. You so impressed by the things that he brought when you first met him that you went on a date with him, and then some female is walking up to the table giving you advice on a man that you just went on a date with, that you've been dating, because you had to have been dating this person, okay, for this person to find out where you all were going. She didn't immediately just figure it out. You have been going out with this guy, which tells me you didn't do any background checks. You look like you got money. You made sure the tatas was out. You made sure your hair was done. You made sure all these things were done, right? Ooh, terrible choices. Let's see. Let's listen.
Together, or does she have how does that even happen?
But the crazy part is, like I said, I thought we were having vulnerable conversation. He's like, I recently had a divorce. I haven't been seeing anyone at all. It's been like maybe 3 years that he hasn't even been intimate with people. I was the first date, he says.
Wait, did she just say he said he hasn't been intimate with somebody in 3 weeks? That's a red flag right there. That means he ain't done being out there in the street, girl.
Stop. I don't know.
I know. And now your girlfriend comes to the table, because I thought that was the wife. I said, wait, you're the wife? And she's like, no, ex-girlfriend. So I was like, ex-girlfriend.
Oh. How did it end? Like, did you get up and leave?
So
what
after
happened?
She pretty much shares all of this. Nick, I was upset because I didn't even get my entree yet, right? But I digress, and I'm hungry.
He said I was hungry.
But I said, I'm so sorry. And I, was like looking for my purse because I was like shooken up a little bit. And he's like, you're really gonna do this? He's telling her, like, are you really gonna do this? And I grabbed my coat and he's like, yeah, I'm sorry, but I think it's best that you leave so that I can talk with her. And I literally am like, I'm in the matrix. Like, my life is a freaking movie. And where are the vulnerable people? Like, I was being so vulnerable with him at the table. I mean, emotional because I'm going through a lot. And he was being vulnerable with me too. Or so I thought, but it was all lies. And she said, he's a pathological liar. And everything she said debunked everything he was saying to me that in the conversation.
This is all on a first date.
First date.
Wow.
So I'm sitting with
The minute the person sits down and the minute the person says, girl, don't entertain this man, that's when you get up and you walk out the restaurant. You don't have anything to do with what's being said, because once that's introduced into the conversation, you know it's going to be more introduced into that relationship. I don't need to know anymore. This is an ex-girlfriend. This is a friend. This is your wife. I don't care who it is. They were bold enough to get into your personal business, follow you, stalk you, do whatever for you to come to our date. And they cared enough about it to come to our table, which tells me they still want you somehow, some way. No, I'm not going to be involved. The minute she opens her mouth and says, girl, let me tell you about him, is the minute I collect my coat. Don't worry about what he's doing. Don't worry about what he's saying. Get up and walk away. If you're a real female that's really looking to get into a relationship, he ain't the one. Never was the one.
with myself right now, and I get home and I hop on TikTok and I'm like, I see you on, and I'm like, yo, I need to know that there are vulnerable people out in this world. I need to know that there's love out in this world. And I'm 41.
Oh, wow, you look good for 41.
Yeah. And I have fibroids. I'm having it.
Yes, it's yeah. It's not. Thank you. It's yeah. I look good for 41. Yeah, but if you're a goofy for 41 with your tatas hanging out and still having dates with men who have women follow him and stalk him, who don't know how to get rid of previous relationships, who don't know how to conduct themselves in relationship, you still entertain men like that, it don't matter whether you look good or not. You're still a goofy.
Hysterectomy at the end of the month, and I don't have children, and I'm freezing my eggs tomorrow morning, and I'm pushing myself to go out. I'm pushing myself to date because I know that, like, we tell a lot of young women, like, oh, you should wait. Oh, you should, take your time. But time is, it is just ticking for a lot of us.
You see the tears in her eyes? She regret the lifestyle that she had. That's not every woman. That's not every woman. This is one that regrets the fact that she has effed around and found out she's 10 years past the day in which she should have said hello. Just think about it. If you would have did this at 31, you had this regret at 31, this wanting, this longing at 31, you would now have a 10-year-old child, maybe 2 or 3 children, maybe have been married by 10, 11 years, growing together with your husband, got 2 kids, 10 years old, 9 years old. The older you get, the more you get settled into your ways and you don't want to have children. Even though you want to, you really don't want to because your lifestyle is different. That's why sometimes it's good to have them early and get married early. I'm not saying get married at 25. I'm saying 30 is a good age, which is what you should have did. Tears are in her eyes. So obviously she regrets the choice, some of the choices that she has made that has landed her here without a husband. It just is what it is.
And, wanting to be a mom is just moving further and further away. And I'm like pushing myself to go out and meet people. I'm pushing myself because I want family. I don't want just to be a baby. Now I'm young because the window's closing.
Absolutely.
I need to just move. If I want to be a mom, I need to just move.
Yeah. What city are you in, Beauty? And I New York.
Man, that audio is terrible. What the hell?
Okay. Have you ever thought about getting a matchmaker in New York? Have you thought about that? And I also want to say, you know, I don't want you to give up hope on dating. I don't want you to give up hope on love.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want you to give up. I'm happy that you're still putting yourself out there and you're still trying to be encouraged. You know, you look good. You don't even look 41. You look a lot younger. The chat was saying 30, 31, 29. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. So you got this. Please. Yes. Don't give up on yourself. No, you look good. You look good. Stay encouraged. Maybe it's the how you're doing it. Have you thought about getting a matchmaker?
I'm turned off by them. Why? Because it's a business. I had a girlfriend that did it and it was horrific. And then I saw the reality show that was based out in Atlanta, and it's a business. They want to match you, and it's like thousands of dollars. Like a real good matchmaker is like 10K and up. And it's a business, and so that's why I haven't done that route. I live in New York City. I go out and I know I'm attractive. I'm not saying that I'm ugly. I don't have no self-confidence or anything like that. But I notice that men will just stare at you and eye at you for days and not come over.
And are you going to different places? Let's say different restaurants, different clubs, different areas in New York.
I'm in all the different areas. I go with my girlfriends. We love to eat. Sometimes I go alone because I've been listening to you, and not even you, just in general. Like sometimes when you're with your girlfriends, people are not going to want to feel comfortable to come over to you. So I go out alone. I go on vacation alone. You know, I do it. I'm living my best life. I know that, and I've been pushing it.
When have you been pushing it? When did you start pushing it? Did you start pushing it at 30 or did you start pushing it at 40? Because you're 41. Did you start pushing it at 31? Because if you started pushing it at 31, that tells me you're on a cuckoo plane and it's all you. Because like you said, you're a beautiful woman, don't have any kids, all that good stuff. You have the key to the door. You can bring men to the compound. You can bring men to the venue. You have the looks. So the looks is the key into the door. Turn the key, but when you get in, are you a hyena? Do you have to have things your way? Are you amiable? Do you get along? Do you have a conversation? This is the thing. Let's see. Are you that girl that knows what to do once she opens the door using her beauty key? Does she know what to do?
But I just, yeah.
Can we give her some suggestions, Chad? I'm also seeing the way you dress. I'm also seeing that. So is your style always this way? Yes, we're not saying you don't look good. We're not saying you don't look good. We do think the body's given, you are beautiful. But maybe if you want to attract something different, maybe a little sexy, classy, I would think. This still feels trendy. This still feels like maybe a younger guy. And you do look young, right? So maybe trying up a different style of dress. Can we do that? Not saying you haven't, but would you be open to that?
I have a closet full of things. I have damn near the Michelle Obama, you know, like the dress, the blouse. I have it all. But I do sometimes, because I'm very small. Like I'm 110 pounds, 5'3". I'm tiny. So I have to lead like I'm a woman because they will think that I'm 20, 18.
You are going to restaurants. Are we going to events?
I go to
more control things.
I go to plays. I'll say honestly, in my 40s, it's really eating out. Like it's a restaurant vibe. It's not the club. But I'm also Jamaican and Trinidadian. My mom is Jamaican, my dad's Trinidad. So I'm totally into like the carnivals and stuff like that and all those things.
They're also saying, what about a gala? Lounges.
I do lounges. Galas, not so much. I have done like art galleries. I'm always at the Whitney, the MoMA. I love those things.
Okay. Like, do you do the first of the month at the Brooklyn Museum? Have you done that?
That's like a party vibe, right? Isn't that?
Yeah, just a social. I'm just saying, you never know. You never know. And I know they have entrepreneurs and different guys in there as well.
I'm open. I'm outside.
Conferences, tech conferences. That's what I'm saying. Tech conferences, business events.
Okay, I'm open. I'm open.
Even if you're not really into tech, just going, hey, I'm here. I want to, check out the scene kind of thing. Yeah.
All industries have been revolving around tech, and I'm a nurse. So yeah, I can see myself going to a tech conference too.
White wine tasting.
I don't drink alcohol.
Someone said tech bros are the best. I'm married to one. He is super sweet.
Okay.
Food festivals, since you like to eat.
I'm at them. I'm also semi.
But then again, you have to understand she's in New York. That's one of the most competitive places. Why not go somewhere where you can be a big fish in a little pond instead of being a little fish in that big gigantic pond? Because you're not getting looked at. There's 1,000,001 beautiful women in New York. 1,000,001 beautiful women in Atlanta. 1,000,001 beautiful women in LA. You're a nurse. You can go anywhere in this planet. Go where the men are. Go where the men who have money are. That's the only thing I can tell you, because if you're striking out in New York, it's got to be something if you're striking out in New York, okay? And I believe it's your attitude. Somehow it's your attitude. I don't get it. You're too pretty to not have a man chasing you. It's got to be something.
Vegan, so I'm at Vegandale. Yeah, he's a doctor. The guy that I was on a date was a cardiologist, by the way. He was a medical director of all the like a few practices here in the Bronx.
Oh, okay. And how did you guys meet? Did y'all meet at a restaurant, an outing?
On the Hudson, Hastings on the Hudson. I used to work for a pharma company. We host a lot of events there, so I knew it was going to be a nice venue for the first date. Yeah, he was a doctor.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you this too, because I don't usually do the dating show, but because you came up and this may go up online, let me just, you never know who watches, right? I have so many different guys from all walks of life who follow. So let me ask, where are you from? How old are you? And describe your dream guy. Don't describe his
Okay. I am 41. I am from New York City. I'm from the Bronx. I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for 16 years. My guy is aware of his traumas, actively working on it, emotionally intelligent, secure in his career. If he does have children, no baby mama drama, a good relationship with his kids and the parent, loving, fun, spontaneous, caring.
Yeah. Okay. And do you have any children?
That's what I was telling you.
Okay. And what's the age range for the guy that you want to date?
At this point, I am open to anyone. I'm 41, so I really don't want to go too low. But I will say 38, but a very mature 38. I dated a guy that was about 53, so I'll say maybe 55.
And what happened with that last relationship? Why didn't that work out?
He was not emotionally intelligent. We had a huge breakup on a vacation. Yes. I'll just tell you a part of the downfall. Okay. We were traveling to visit my family for Thanksgiving. This was like a step for him to meet my family for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And we were at the Airbnb. We get into like a little bit of a fight that was kind of starting before we even went on the trip. And he was like, he's done. He wanted to leave. He packed his stuff. I had rented the car. I paid for it. He did the Airbnb, but I actually gave him half of the money for the Airbnb. Could have been a restaurant in itself, but we didn't really define what we were 100% initially when we were booking the trip, because we were friends somewhat.
But he was going to meet your parents.
So I'll back up. We dated, met him on an app. Okay. We dated. We broke up, or I just stopped messing with him, and then I just made him a friend zoned him. And then we ended up hanging out one summer because we were actually friends. Like, we go to restaurants together. He was vegan. I was vegan. We go to restaurants together. He's like, oh, you want to go to this party with me? Sure, no problem. Go to this party. And he laid out the red carpet, like completely different. Wine and dined me. I was like, oh, we're friends. Like, I didn't think this. And then I started looking at him in a different light. And then we started dating, and I'm like, oh, wow. And the D was good. I was like shocked because I've never dated someone in their 50s either. And he was very well put together, entrepreneur. No children, wanted children too. And we just vibe together.
How is it that you messed up that whole thing then? All the things that you needed in that one particular man, you couldn't land the bag. Why couldn't you land the bag? Let's see why she couldn't land the bag. I don't know. I ain't saying, but why? I ain't saying, I ain't even speculating. All of those qualities that he had that you wanted and you couldn't land the bag. Y'all got into an argument. Why?
We had like a fallout prior to us going to Florida. Still went to Florida. And then he had the whole issue. And he was like, you know what, I'm leaving. And I'm like, okay, you can go.
But what was the issue? What was the cause of the argument? Like, what was his, I guess, issue or challenge with you?
So it started before I left. I had left to go to Miami a little bit prior to him because I was going on a cruise with my girlfriends, and he was going to meet me in Miami after. I had given him keys to my apartment so that he could take some of my luggage because, of course, I was going on Uber Soca Cruise. It's like, you know, you're in your carnival outfits, you're in your carnival stuff, right? Mm-hmm. But that's not what I'm going to wear around family and friends. You know, I'm going to dress up. So I had a whole, you know, luggage of, you know, things that I was going to wear for the second half of the trip with him. So he was bringing that with me. So he had, you know, like house key. And pretty much I was in the bathroom taking a bath, and he came into the apartment. He was upset because I think I felt like he had like a little bit of an issue because he had been calling me, and I was like, you know, I am in the tub. You know, when you get here, you get here. Like, you have a key. I just gave you the key. And he was annoyed. He hung up. I didn't think anything of it. I'm in the tub. I'm like just waiting for him to come into the house. He came into the house. I didn't hear him at all and went straight into the bed. I had a problem with that.
Oh, he didn't shower. Is that what was
he
that?
He didn't knock on the door and say, "Hey, Tiff, I'm here." So I get out the shower, and I'm like, "Where is he? Like, what's going on?"
But my question, Tiff, is why was he upset with you on the way to the house?
I think
what was he upset about?
Like, I'm trying to decompress. I'm in the tub. I'm in the sauna. Like, I'm relaxing. I had a little bit of anxiety.
Oh, so you were annoyed, so you took the annoyance out on him. And since you were insisting that you be right, and you were insisting that I'm in the right, you shouldn't have came up here, you shouldn't have showed up without telling me you were here, blah, blah, blah. You kept insisting that you were right, and that's the hyena in you. And that's the argumentative person that's in you. And you're doing it to a 55-year-old man who is not trying to hear all that garbage. I get it now.
About going on a trip. I had my 40th birthday. The trip went horrifically wrong. And then I just had a lot of anxiety about traveling, period. I went to a Beyonce concert after my birthday trip, and the Airbnb caught on fire. And I just had a lot of anxiety. And so I was just like telling him that this is the trip that I'm going on, and I have a lot of anxiety about it. And I just need to decompress. I got a massage. I was in the shower trying to decompress. Epsom salt bath, just trying to relax myself because I had a lot of anxiety for going on the trip.
But why?
See, I would have a problem with you in the jump. All this anxiety got you don't know how to discern, you don't know how to pull yourself out of this anxiety stuff. I have a problem when people say, I got anxiety. I get it. People have anxiety, but you got to be able to pull yourself out of that and learn how to conduct yourself. You can't be taking that anxiety-ridden personality out on other people. And first of all, you trying to get with this man. You trying to get with this man, and you thought you were comfortable enough to do the hyena shit with him. And you ain't locked him down. He ain't said, I love you. He ain't said none of this. So you lost him on some ish.
Why would he be upset with you because of your anxiety? I would assume he'd be like, all right, babe, take your shower. I'll see you in a second.
That's what I thought too.
But if you said it to him just like you said it to me, where did it? I don't know. That's weird.
I didn't get it either. He was just annoyed that I think he was annoyed that I answered him in an annoying way.
Okay. So it was the way you said it.
Just come, like,
so you understand what you did. You understand what you did. So, hey, you just got to take accountability. You just taking accountability. Take accountability for what you did. I broke up this relationship. I did what I did because you was a hyena. I get it now. I get it. That's what it is. I get it. Okay.
The phone type of thing. Like, I was trying to rush him off the phone so I could just zen myself. He came into the house, went straight into the bed. I'm not worried about him, like, not showering, none of that stuff, right? It's just like when you come into someone's house, you acknowledge them. I didn't even know he was in my house.
Okay, so I'm assuming
I actually ain't saying no because I actually looking at her like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't break up no relationship because of this. No, you didn't break up the relationship because of this. Because you were annoyed that he came into the house without telling you. That was one, and I'm telling you, that's one aspect of the relationship. She probably did more things, but that was the starting. He probably was dealing with more stuff. You probably was doing more stuff. And he was like, oh no, I ain't even finna deal with all this. This is wild. Okay. So now we know you was a hyena. Now we know you was doing extra, making him feel some type of way. And this is what made you lose him.
that tells me he's comfortable. Like, yeah, established a relationship where he can just come in the house,
but I was
and he's comfortable, and like that's what I would assume. Like, I'll see when she get out the shower kind of thing.
Yes, correct. And so for me, it's like, it's a respect thing. I'm Caribbean. You come in the house, you greet the person. Hey, baby, I'm here, whatever. So anyway, I get out the shower. I see a
Stop saying that. It's null and void. It's immaterial. It's a small issue, but you made it big.
She's at the door. I'm like, oh shit, he's here. So I go into the room and I'm like, oh, you're here. You didn't even say anything to me. He's like, oh, I thought you were upset. You got me rushing me off the phone. So it kind of started from that. And it was just like a catalyst of like a snowball of us just not agreeing with each other. Because I'm like, you can't come into, like, what if I died in the shower? Like, what if you
die in the shower, girl? You being dramatic.
I literally could have drowned in the tub. I was in the tub for like at least 2 hours. And I do that. I have asthma. I have my.
Y'all see what she doing? He see what you doing.
My steam sauna running. So I was just like, why wouldn't you just respond? Long story short, we get to Miami. We're having conversations about the whole incident, and I felt violated. Like, you come to my house, you don't even say anything to me, and you're just in the bed. Like, it's not okay. And he just said, and he actually agreed with me. He said, I have a friend that is married, and the wife is a cop. And he came into the house thinking he was going to play around with her and didn't acknowledge himself. And she had her.
See how people justify the bullshit? She justifying that bullshit. She justifying the fact that she jumped all over this man because he came into her house, got in the bed. She jumped all over this man. Now she don't see why she got a problem. Now she don't see why this man was like, I ain't dealing with this no more.
Gun drawn, like, who's in the house? I mean, to me, I just feel like it was a respect thing. I feel like you're coming into my space. It's nothing for you to say, hey, baby, I'm here. Right. I would never go to somebody else's house and not acknowledge.
No, I understand what you're saying. Like, hey, babe, just come in and say, hey, babe. But I don't know. That feels a little left to say drawing a gun. You could be unalive. This is the example that
he gave me. And he was like, I understand where you're coming from.
Okay.
Like, it's nothing for me. So we get to Miami and I'm coming off the cruise and we're trying to vibe. And he just doesn't, it took us a while to get to that. And it just started to snowball into an argument. And I was just like, I just need some space. Like, we're here in Miami. We can still hang out. We can still go out on dates, like, let's still enjoy the trip, and
so you weren't trying to lock him down, no way, because you're the one who said, I don't want to deal with you. You're the one who said that. I don't want to deal with you no more. You said that. So you're the one who broke it off. You feel like he couldn't admit that he was wrong, that he came into your house. I get all of that. She said he understands, but that's a lie because he don't understand, because otherwise there wouldn't be no argument. You're the one that didn't understand. You wanted an argument, and this is what it led to. See, these are missed opportunities some ladies have. They do too much. Some of y'all do too much.
Started to go left. We had like an argument, and he's like, he's leaving. He packed his stuff. I'm not in the.
But what made him pack this time? The first issue was just anxiety. So this time around, why would he be so upset again? But for him to pack a bag
before I had left. This was way back in New York. I'm talking about now we're in Florida.
Yeah, but why would he want to pack in Florida is what I'm saying. You guys got over the hump. So what made
we got over it while we were in Florida. It happened the same night. We were having like a whole discussion about everything that had happened in New York City. And so we were having that conversation, and it was a huge fight. But I felt like we were coming to a closure, like, hey, we need to just chill. And I'm just telling him, like, I don't want to be in a relationship anymore. We can chill. We can still hang out and go on dates while we're here. Like, let's chill. And he decided to pack his bags and he wanted to leave. And like I said, I had rented a rental car. I thought that he took a cab, but no, he took the car to the airport. Yeah, for me, that's like a big red flag, because
And that also reads to me that whatever happened, whatever you guys argued about, he was fuming. He was like really upset. For him to take the rental car and not consider you like, hey, she rented the rental car, right? For him to take that and drive away, that means y'all got into a really bad argument. That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah, I just felt like it was just an immature behavior because I felt like we could have just still worked on it. We could have still, woke up the next day and went to the beach, hung out by the pool, talked about it again. But he was this stuff. And I think he wanted me to say, no, stay, don't leave, whatever. And I didn't do that. I was going to allow him to leave. But for him to take a rental car, to me, that was crazy because it was in my name. How am I going to know he left the rental car?
Right.
That's what happened. And he was 53.
Wow. So ultimately it ended because of a disagreement about you going to a vacation, the carnival vacation. That was the ultimate issue between you.
No, it wasn't the ultimate issue. The ultimate issue was her making a big deal about him coming into her house. She kept bringing that issue up. Are you not listening, Ashley? She felt like he probably forgot all about her going to Miami. Boom, it was okay. Boom, boom, boom. Then when she came home, she got annoyed with him calling her, and she said, "Give me on the phone. I'm annoyed. This happened to me. Blah 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 blah." And then she probably took all of that anxiety out on him. Then he came in the house without telling her he came in the house. Boom. Then she became a hyena. She kept going on and on. And then the same issue came up on the trip, which tells me she brought it up, which tells me she's the one who ultimately ruined it.
I would say yes. A snowball of an argument that just got bigger and bigger. And it had nothing to do with me going on vacation. It had everything to do with him coming to the house. And I was upset that he did that. And until we got to Miami.
Okay, fair enough. So if we think about red flags, I guess communication is important to you. Like green flags, communication.
Huge.
Yeah. And it just seemed like you guys were going good. You guys were friends for a period of time. Things were fine. And maybe you guys got comfortable and then things started to go left when things got really comfortable.
Yes. And I don't mind comfortable. I want us to be authentic, honest, transparent selves. I feel like I just word vomited just now, like everything. But yeah.
It happens. I mean, no one's perfect, right? Everyone's been in a situation that wasn't always the best, you live and you learn. Mm-hmm. So now you know better. And this goes for everyone. Like I'm sure everyone here has been in a situation they didn't want to be in, mm-hmm. at least once in a relationship. So
and I talk in circles, I'm reading it. I do take accountability. Yeah, I didn't really want to go down the route of him. But
no, it wasn't a matter of you taking accountability. The whole fact is this is a failure of your making. You didn't want to leave it alone. I bet you didn't want to leave it alone. That's what happened. Now, this is what you do. Sit back and reflect. Could I have said something different, did something different, not been a hyena? Could you have done all of those things? Probably not, because you think you should get your way. You think because you're cute that you can do the same thing a 30-year-old can do or 25-year-old can do. No, you can't be a bratty brat bitch at 41. Now you're over here with tears in your eyes because you missed the opportunity. You missed the train. Shut up. Stop being a hyena. Reevaluate what you're doing. You want to be married or you want to be right? Let's figure out which one we want. When we marry, you want to be right. And then you'll probably say, oh, no, I ain't gonna do nothing. I ain't gonna change nothing. Then sit over there with your dry eggs. Do your thing, girl. Sit over there with your dry eggs. Don't worry about it. If you ain't gonna change nothing, if you think you were right and he was wrong all the way and you ain't got nothing to change and say and do, stay over there with your dry eggs. Same thing I say with men who think they can't change, adapt, and do something different other than treat women how they treat women. Stay over there with your dry dick. So I'm saying. Some of us out here living. Some of us are out here loving. You want to be right. Let's see how long that lasts.